This is a sign that I had made of the 1942 USDA film Hemp For Victory, which legalized marijuana, as you can see there, after the attack at Pearl Harbor, in order to repair our supply chain and to provide the military with the equipment that it needed to defend our country against the axis of evil. As you can see here, two official government websites, one for the film, which is through the National Archives and Records Administration, and the other from, as you can see, the Congressional Research Service. Here's the link. They will also be in the description. You can look these up for yourself anytime you want. They've been online for years, but most people still don't know about it. And that right there, all the people who work in that building are the reason that you've never heard of it. All those people, they probably never heard of it either. Even though there is an official U.S. federal government website for the film. Now, what I've done is run off a few hundred copies of a flyer, also advertising the film. You see there are 4 U.S. federal government links on this paper, along with these 2 images. Now let's move that. Now, I apologize for the low quality of the video, but this is all done haphazardly on my own, and I'm currently disabled, so can't get around very well, and I don't have the resources for making a professional type video. This is too important to pass up, and it had to be done before the election. So there are 2 bills here, websites for each. The Hemp For Victory Act of 2019, which is named after the film, and the Marijuana Freedom and Opportunity Act, which will end U.S. federal cannabis prohibition. Now, this is why we are ending federal cannabis prohibition. It is not up to a debate. Our government hid this from us for 45 years after the war, and it's been out to the public for 30 years, and all they do is simply ignore it in order to keep the war on drugs going and to beat and kill Americans. Now, this right here is older than both of your presidential candidates. Probably neither of them have ever heard of it, even though they always want to talk about law and order. It's so difficult to explain this to people because it flies in the face of everything that you have ever been told. There's no reason for me to be out here printing websites on pieces of paper to explain to you what your government put online when I was still a child. This has been online for years. This has been open to the public for a generation, and yet no one knows about it. No one thinks about it. No one understands it. And it's been my experience from talking about this for the last 15 years that no one really cares. There's nothing that I can say or do that will get this through to you. There's nothing that I can say that will really impress upon you the importance of this issue. You think that it's just some stoner pipe dream. But this was from World War II. Just to put this into perspective for you, D-Day wouldn't have happened if marijuana had remained illegal. And I would like each of you to try to imagine what the 1960s would have been like if the hippies had known about this. See, when they were getting their heads bashed in by police nightsticks over a little bag of weed, all of those pot-smoking hippies could have been growing hemp to make equipment for our soldiers in Vietnam. But we weren't told about this. And so the war on drugs was started in 1970 and has been escalated by every administration since, to the detriment of truth and justice. Excuse me. So, like I said, all of this information is online. It's only 4 government links. It's not secret information. You don't need a secret passcode or security clearance to access it. It's on your phones. It's on each of your cell phones. You can look this up anytime you want. There are the links right there. Official.gov links, each one, to something that you have probably never heard of before. But you need to know this, because while everyone is out protesting and marching and even rioting, the solution to most of your problems is at these 4 links. This is how we provided jobs, supported our troops, defended our country during World War II. And we can do the same thing now. We are still at war in Iraq. We are still at war against marijuana. And we are at war against COVID-19. Oh, the wind is picking up here. I'm afraid my flyers might fly away. Wouldn't that be a shame? All this information sitting on everyone's cell phones, and I bothered to print it out on paper because nothing seems to get through to anyone. Oh no, there it goes. Oh, who would have ever thought that flyers would just fly away in the wind? Oh, what a shame. Oh no. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, it's too bad. Oh, there goes some more. See, nobody gives a shit. No one cares. I'm not supposed to be out here talking about this. I want someone else to talk about this. Someone who can reach millions of people, like Bill Maher or John Oliver or Hassan Minhaj or Trevor Noah or anyone on the news. Even the History Channel won't play this. The video is only 14 minutes long. You can watch it on your cell phones while you're standing in line for coffee. It's only 14 minutes, and it rearranges US and world history. And there will be plenty of links in the description of this video to show you that the many uses of cannabis sativa, which is both hemp and marijuana, the only difference is the THC content. Both plants are cannabis sativa. It's tedious to explain this to people over and over and over. I've been at this for 15 years, talking about this in classrooms and online forums, and I have yet to meet anyone else who knows what this is or what it means to your freedom and democracy. So I'm just gonna try to make a short video to explain this exists. Your government knows about it. Your government has been lying to you for your entire life about the so-called dangers of marijuana. They tell you that marijuana is an evil and destructive substance that will ruin American civilization. And yet here we see proof from World War II from the US Department of Agriculture that marijuana was legalized after the attack at Pearl Harbor for our national defense. And they kept this quiet in order to subjugate us and to make us dependent on a corrupt system. So I need this to go viral. I need this to spread out into the wind. I just need this to happen because I'm tired of trying to explain this to people, and I'm tired of feeling like I'm the only one who knows this. So all of you are going to learn this. You celebrities out there, Bill Maher, Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson, Seth Rogen, Cheech and Chong, all of you who smoke weed and talk about how much you smoke weed and you make millions of dollars telling people that you smoke weed, you're going to learn this and you're going to share it. You're going to tell more people about it than I can. And we are going to change this law. We are going to pass these two bills. This is going to happen regardless of who wins the election, of who is president, or who is on the Supreme Court, or who is elected to the Senate. This is going to happen because it is the right thing to do. And all of you senators and police and politicians and judges and lawyers, you are going to stop ruining Americans' lives over these outdated and hypocritical and abusive cannabis prohibition laws. You are going to learn this. And you are going to stop attacking Americans over cannabis sativa. See, the way that this made equipment for the military during World War II could just as easily be switched to make PPE for hospital staff during a pandemic. It could make plastic. There's the 1941 Ford Model T. There's a video of it on YouTube. It's made from hemp, sisal, and wheat straw. In 1941, it's a plastic car body made from hemp. And if you need something more recent than 1941, you can look up the 2008 Lotus Eco Elise. It's an English sports car, nearly entirely made from hemp. Video of that is also on YouTube. This can make cars. This can also make fuel for those cars, which would reduce pollution. And because hemp is a plant which goes tall, and thick and dense in every climate on Earth, in every time zone. Growing millions of acres of hemp across the planet will take in more CO2 than just trees. And speaking of trees, a report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture in 1916, titled "Hemp Herds as Paper-Making Material," states that cannabis can make 4 times more paper per acre than trees. So for the last 100 years, we have not had to cut down any forests, any trees, for cardboard boxes, or paper packaging, or printer paper. All of this can be made from hemp, from marijuana. Wait for the siren to go by. So I'm really done talking about this. All of you just need to learn this. But I don't know if you will. I don't know if you're ever going to get the message. It's right there. It's right in front of you. It's at your fingertips. You have no excuse to remain ignorant of this any longer. And this is my contribution to American politics. I am at the end of my rope. I don't know what to do to make you people understand this, what it means to you and your family, your country, your freedom, your democracy. Your government has lied to you for your entire life about marijuana. They wage war against us to keep this plant illegal, when this plant was vital to our national defense against the axis of evil. Marijuana helped to stop the Holocaust. You are going to learn this.